Holy smokes, here we go, PNC update. And folks, I tell you this right now, if you are an account holder, or have money in one of these banks, or even do business with PNC Bank, you're going to want to listen up and listen closely, because what's happening, oh man, what they're doing at these banks will ultimately affect you, I promise. And I am putting together an in-depth look at these banks, their practices, what they're planning for you and your money, and so much more. I'm sharing this with the members of the network who have been asking for this, so they can better prepare and position themselves for maximum chances of survival in this volatile economic chess match, basically, that will see very few winners and countless losers. Folks, we've talked about this before. Links in the description to find out more. So check the description, click the links, as well as simple and easy ways to protect your wealth, savings, retirement. And if these are foreign concepts or non-existent in your current financial portfolio, we are working to resolve these matters with members already building businesses, landing brand deals, securing contracts, and developing their multiple income diversity that builds passive income wealth. Speaking of which, excuse me, I had a conversation today with Trucking Prepper, and he's got a really amazing program and opportunities for some folks to really help some people in need that he called me about today. So I'm really looking forward to bringing you guys more information on that, and hopefully we'll have something for you in the next couple of days. He's working on ironing out the details, but ultimately this has come about from the conversations and the connections that have been made between us and helping to build his business and build his brand. He's opening a store online, folks. It's going to be a lot of cool stuff on there for the folks that are looking to get prepared. And I'm so excited and so happy to see his progress and his success. And he also just hit 1,000 subscribers, over 1,000 subscribers, and over 4,000 watch hours on YouTube. He's come a long way since we first met. So congratulations, Trucking Prepper, folks. So be sure to check it out. Odds are, if you make less than $50,000 or even less than $100K a year and have a net worth under 1 million, then there is definitely something here for you in the network. And for the folks who are doing well financially and have a net worth upwards of over 5 million, there's some great opportunities for you guys too. We don't discriminate. All right, links in the description, go check them out. Also, be sure to click the link below to get your free home warranty quote, because there's no better way to build wealth than to spend less and save more money. And that can be done by avoiding costly home repairs, folks. Get the quote, link in the description, and be sure to support your own health and visit Alpha Juice Co. and end the year off right. End 2022 off right and begin 2023 off on the path to better health and wellness with a juice cleanse. Save $5 with the code SQUIRREL, link in the description. And also, oh yeah, by the way, I want to be sure to thank you all, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, liking all the videos, leaving great comments, and helping one another as a family in the comments. I really love seeing us all come together and strive towards a collective goal of survival, preparedness, and overall general life improvement. A big thank you to all who have helped support the channel with donations and super thanks. Words cannot express my gratitude. Thank you guys so much. I really do appreciate it. All right, so PNC is preparing to disrupt and upset a lot of folks out there with checking accounts, savings accounts, investments, CDs, and other needs for the banking services that they offer. PNC chopping 32 more branches in 10 states, closing branches in a national consolidation. This will wipe out banking services for thousands of customers in these affected areas, many of whom will be scrambling to get their money out of these banks. PNC Bank closing Alabama branches in national consolidation. PNC Bank is closing 4 branches in Alabama as the company has announced consolidations in 5 states. The Pennsylvania-based bank in total has announced 32 closures nationwide for 2023. The Alabama moves will take place by March 17th. A PNC spokesperson said the bank is confident that we can meet or exceed our customers' needs at nearby branch locations alongside other available methods of banking. They're moving folks online, okay? PNC recognizes that branches continue to play an important role for many customers when it comes to conducting certain transactions and holding important in-person financial conversations with our banking experts, which is why we routinely evaluate our branch network together with our other available methods of banking to determine if we are most effectively meeting our customers' needs. This is according to a PNC spokesperson. Maryland, Virginia, Texas, and Pennsylvania also will be reportedly see closures next year. The Alabama locations slated for closure are 2nd Avenue, North Birmingham, Atlanta Highway, and Montgomery, 8 Mile, in 8 Mile, and Skyland Boulevard in East Tuscaloosa. So folks, this is basically saying that these banks are shutting their doors. This means two things. One, there's going to be some folks that are out of a job, unfortunately, sad to say. And two, that means that a lot of folks are going to have to travel greater distances to reach PNC Bank locations because the ones closest to them perhaps maybe could have been shut down. Now, is your money safe? Should you get your money out of the bank? That's up to you to decide, but I know a lot of folks are scrambling to make withdrawals to remove their money from these banks to have some form of surplus and stockpile of available cash assets, for the simple fact that they will not be able to visit the banks as often due to the locations being closed and having to travel further distances to reach them for their cash transactions, in-person transactions. Unfortunately, I also know that there is a large amount of folks out there who do not have the means to withdraw in excess to prepare for these closures. And those folks hopefully are taking the necessary steps to improve their financial situations and increase their income to get out of that cycle, get out of that trap. PNC Bank is closing 32 more branches in 10 states starting early next year. So it's not just Alabama. Even in the age of online banking, run to the bank is a pretty standard line on a to-do list. Maybe you need to deposit a larger check or pick up a new debit card, or perhaps you prefer to use your bank's ATM and avoid those annoying transaction fees. No matter your motive, having a local bank is a convenience, and it can really throw a wrench in things when branches close. Unfortunately, PNC Bank just announced that it will be closing 32 additional branches across 10 states in the near future. And honestly, this makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of transactions that can be done and completed online and or at an ATM, but sometimes you just want to go inside and see a person, have that conversation, the discussion, that interaction, the immediate confirmation of a transaction. And and now with these banks closing, that's going to be harder to do. It says here in July, PNC announced plans to close approximately 135 in-store locations, and this is according to the Pittsburgh Business Times. All of these branches were located inside grocery stores, including 127 in Giant Food and Stop and Shop supermarkets throughout Maryland, New Jersey, Delaware, and Washington, D.C. The remaining 8 branches were all in ShopRite stores in Pennsylvania, with closures beginning in October. Folks, it sounds like a lot of jobs being lost, and it also sounds like a lot of inconveniences that are going to be made for the folks that would regularly utilize these banking locations while conducting their shopping. I think that this could possibly spell out a potential move as far as what their plans are for how they're trying to shape and mold some of these customers, these account holders, and the society, but I'll have to pick that up on another video. It says here, as it turns out, brick and mortar bank closures are part of an ongoing national trend as more customers shift to mobile and online banking. Shutting down locations inside retail establishments is a separate but related trend. The Pittsburgh Business Times explained in July the financial institutions are closing these branches at an even faster rate, so we should be mindful of that. PNC's latest round of closures will affect even more of its customer base, including those who frequent traditional and in-store branches. Folks, the wave of fintech banks, neobanks, online banks, the elimination and closure and wipeout and shutdown of brick and mortar locations is on the rise. And I know a lot of folks do not feel comfortable with banking online, prefer to have that in-person experience, and this is going to affect those the most. Odds are more than likely the older community, the elderly community, This is very sad. This is very unfortunate, not to mention the amount of jobs that are going to be lost because of this. But this is a wave. This is a trend. This is the cycle of business evolution, folks. This is happening, okay? I put up a video not too long ago speaking about the central bank digital currency and the executive order and Jim Rickards. Folks, pay attention. Check that video out if you haven't seen it already. It says that according to the December 10th weekly bulletin from the U.S. Office of the Comptroller of Currency, the OCC, PNC Bank has plans to close 32 locations in early 2023. And this brings the total number of branches to be closed up to 77. I think that number is going to rise as time goes on, and we're going to see more and more banks shutting their doors, closing down, wiping out the ability to have in-person transactions and tellers, crushing the jobs market as these bankers will have to find alternative means of employment. But it's a business move. The physical locations and the overhead costs and expenses for these businesses, like I said, the banks are in business to make money. They're looking for ways to maximize their profits and reduce their losses. Banks are required to notify the OCC at least 90 days in advance of closures. And according to the Pittsburgh Times, 2 locations in Pittsburgh metro area have confirmed they will be closing at 3 p.m. on March 17th, 2023. PNC is the 6th largest bank in the U.S. according to NerdWallet. As of September, the bank has 2,600 branches in 28 states, but that number is steadily declining. And I mean, that's just what it says right here, folks. I'm not making this stuff up. I don't know if you can see that, but that's what it says right here. Steadily declining. And this is just PNC. We are, much like I told you guys before, where we were seeing companies announcing layoffs. And we had Walmart, they cut 1,500 jobs. And then I told you soon after that, we were going to see more. And then Bed Bath & Beyond, they were closed. They were going bankrupt. And then the following day, Amazon announced 10,000 jobs being cut, which was actually 80 or 90,000 jobs that were cut that they didn't reveal, that they just didn't refill and replace. And then they tacked on 10,000 on top of that were getting laid off. That number's actually climbed to 20,000. So now that these banks like PNC chopping 32 more branches, including in Pittsburgh, PNC Bank is chopping branches. I'm going to go ahead and say that the banks are on the path and on the wave of making big announcements, huge announcements of closures, which will ultimately affect the customers, the account holders, and more importantly, the employees. They're going to be out of a job. They're going to have to go look for a new form of employment, perhaps maybe file for unemployment. Hopefully they are in strong financial positions working at banks. They have a good idea and understanding of how the money and monetary system works, budgeting, saving, investing, earning more. But I believe this wave is going to continue. Perhaps next we hear Bank of America, Chase, Wells Fargo, Truist. Who knows who's next on the list? But time will tell. As these announcements come out, I will make sure to bring you the information, the updates, and the education, and share this with you so you are aware of what's going on and you and your family can better prepare to survive this economic shift that I've been telling you guys has been coming for so long. And we're on the cusp of seeing the floodgates just open wide. Folks, please pay attention. Please be smart. Do not panic. Prepare. Have a strategy, plan. Holy smokes. And I just got this as I am recording this. I got another insider update. It says, good afternoon, Kevin. I have another update from PNC. They just released our employee annual report. Oh man, this is probably not going to be good, folks. Oh gosh, I gotta run. But what I'll do is I'll make sure to make this video and give you guys the latest update. This report gives us our total amount of errors, total volume, and average of efficiency for the year. Ooh, man. If you guys want to know more about this, comment down below. Let me know. If I get enough comments with enough interest, I'll be sure to make this video. This is coming directly from a member in the network. Folks, not going to want to miss this one. Let's work hard. Let's be smart. Let's be diligent and make sure that we're doing everything that we should be doing to prepare ourselves so that we do not see a disruption and ultimate financial collapse at home. Much like the Fed and Jerome Powell are pushing for softening of the economy, shrinking of balance sheets, pain within businesses, pain within families. Let's try to do our best to avoid this pain and at least reduce this pain as best we can, so that it is not a shock to the system and ultimately potentially given the likely possibility of wiping some folks out who are just not prepared for this, folks. So remember, folks, now is the time to make sure you're earning more, saving more, budgeting better, eliminating high interest credit card revolving debt, and most importantly, saving and investing to further build out your wealth to prepare yourself and your family for a much stronger financial future, combat, insulate, hedge against inflation, recession, deep recession, depression, job loss, the crazy, complex, upside down world that we are in, and this economic collapse that is rapidly approaching. And make sure you come join the network so you can stay up to date and be the first to know and better prepare you and your family's financial survival and avoid getting wiped out by all that is coming down the pipe, folks. Earn more money, save more money, spend less than you make, budget wisely, eliminate high interest revolving credit card debt, save, invest, diversify, increase your securities, increase your diversity. If you guys want to know more, you know how to contact me. Links in the description. You guys take care. See ya. Bye.